The Stanley Cup playoffs are here, and with that comes a lot of pressure for everyone, but some more than others. So let's take a look at who is facing the most pressure as we head into the postseason. We will begin with the Toronto Maple Leafs, forever and always under pressure, but now there's a bit of a timeline on it, and it will probably be extended. But for now, this is an organization that has some big decisions to make in the next little bit. They have massive contracts coming up with Marner and Tavares, them being free agents at the end of the year. They won the division, so I'm not saying pressure's off, but this group has been together for a very long time, and they've made basically every change you can around them. Now it's time for them to actually do this, or big changes could be coming. So with Matthews, Marner, Nylander, and Tavares, you could throw Riley in there as well. The path really has never been more clear, all due respect to Ottawa, but it has always been just an absolute grind of a first round series for Toronto to get through, and generally they don't. So this time now, they are facing Ottawa, who they talent-wise should stack up with pretty well. And then after that, Florida and Tampa Bay, whoever is coming out of that series, is going to have just beat the hell out of each other. So it should be not an easy series, but a little bit at least beneficial to them. So the pressure, I think now, because of how the bracket sets up, and just because of where this team is at in the kind of development of the franchise, there's a lot of pressure on these guys. Up next, I have the Washington Capitals. They do have that Stanley Cup win, and there does feel like a little bit of playing with house money, but also you have one of the greatest players of all time still playing at a very high level. You need to take advantage of that. So I think that there is quite a bit of pressure on the Washington Capitals to take advantage of this momentum when you have it, because we know Ovi is not going to be there forever. It kind of feels like he might, but probably not. So you have, again, number one seed. You have a superstar playing at an extremely high level. This is your time to go out and try to take advantage of this situation. The Winnipeg Jets, I have also as a team under immense pressure this season. They have been good for a while, and the playoff results have not been there. So now, this is one where the reason I don't have them up like right beside Toronto is because their guys, for the most part, like Ehlers, but for the most part, their guys are under contract for a little bit anyway. But they just won the President's Trophy. Last year's postseason was a disaster. And so if this one is that again, then I think some really, really hard questions are going to be asked out in Winnipeg. And the last one is the Oilers. Got to within a win of the Stanley Cup final, of the Stanley Cup last year. And again, generational talent on your team. Couple very good players on your team, and we have now seen that one of them can be, both of them at times can be just simply brilliant. Again, take advantage of that while you can, and that has not necessarily been a strong suit for Edmonton over the last little bit. So a lot of pressure on, again, everyone. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs, but I think those four teams are under the most amount of pressure heading into the playoffs.